Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is the 30th day of April 2013. This is the last day of the month of April. That said, we have tabulated our results in the live trading room for the month of April. Let me go through the results from the live trading room for today first. We finally got beat up on the Russell a little bit. This was, this month we had 3 down days on the Russell. Today was one of them. It's our worst day of the month on the Russell, actually. We're minus 16 ticks. We made it up on gold, though. We were plus 25 ticks. That was like our 3rd best day this month on gold, plus 25 ticks. We had some gains on soybeans over here. Oh, man, wait a minute. My soybeans numbers are off. Soybeans, we only made 8 ticks. 8 ticks, not 10 ticks. Okay, that's better. It's all good, though. What that means is everybody that was in the live trading room this morning when I tabulated it at the end, I did it wrong. We made 8 ticks on soybeans, so that was all good. Crude oil, we made 7 ticks this morning, so we're up 16 on the Russell. We're down 16 on the Russell, up 25 on gold, up 8 on beans, and up 7 on crude oil. Okay, that gives us a total for the month of plus $5,392.50 per contract in the live trading room. We had 2 days where we didn't trade this month. I wasn't there, and we had 2 days where we had break-evens this month. One of them was actually up a little bit. One of them was actual break-even. We had a total of 224 trades this month. If you were to apply an $8 round turn commission, which is much higher than most people pay, but if you were to apply that to every trade that we took, you would still have $3,600.50 per contract from the live trading room. We made our 2 points this morning. It wasn't easy to make our 2 points. We got close a couple of times intra-trade. We were up 2 points, but I didn't exit at that time. So we ended up taking 69 minutes and 9 trades to make $170, which I realize is actually 3.5 points. But we're in the trade, and so we took extra profit. We took 12 trades total today. Okay, so that's it. This is our new monthly high. All right, last month we had a new monthly high as well, $5,202.50. This month we have $5,392.50. I keep raising the bar every month. I gotta stop doing that. Just kidding. I don't have to stop doing it. Well, January we had 4,047. February we had 3,905. March we had 5,202. And April we had 5,392. Okay. We had a down day in February. We were minus $80 a tick on the 7th of February. That day is marked by, well, my mother-in-law's wake. Actually, it was the day before that. Alright, that's it. That's it for the results. In the live trading room, $5,392.50 for the month of April. Okay. Let's see. Trades. Well, before I go too much farther, I want to, say that I saw the Rolling Stones in London at Wembley. I think it was 1990. I'd have to check. I still have my ticket. It's inside my Rolling Stone CD case. But I digress. If you are a partner, you realize there's a partners meeting Thursday night. I've been getting a lot of questions about this. If you're a partner, you know what that's all about, the bias line down there, and how we've repurposed it and given it new meaning. The old bias line is still there. Okay, if you were to look at the properties, like you see what the bias line looks like right now, I just gave it a value, bias on. If you set bias on to true, it uses the properties that we used in the last meeting. If you set it to false, then it goes back to just what it was before. You see? Just blue and red. Not blue and red, but green and red. But we'll set it to true. And that's for partners. That was something we went over in the partners meeting last week. I don't want to discuss it in here and confuse anybody that's on the free trial. All right. That's a little bit more information, a little bit more advanced, I guess. It simplifies things a little bit when you look at the big picture. We have 2 trades that we do in here. This builds on those 2 trades, but it simplifies it in one sense because you don't have to draw trend lines and you don't necessarily have to have a divergence either. But I won't get into that right now. Partners meeting Thursday night. We'll get into that. If you are on the free trial and you want to become a partner, especially if your free trial is about to end. There's a few people whose free trial end today, as a matter of fact. So if you are on the free trial and your free trial is about to end, then send us an email at support@cfrn.net if you want to become a partner. We'll send you the information you need to become a partner. Everyone else who was on the free trial, you should get the information today in an email, today or tonight in an email with the information that it takes to become a partner. Okay? That's it. Moving on. This is crude oil. Crude oil, where did we stand today in crude? We're plus 7 ticks. We only took a couple of trades in crude. All right. Let's scroll back here. There was a win. And to keep going back, there was a break even. And there was a bunch of trades we missed. All right, let's start out right here with the trades we missed. Okay. We have a bearish cross of the MA1 below the BBC right here. A pullback up toward the BBC with a down close below the trend line right there. I didn't draw the trend line, but I can eyeball it and tell you there was a trend line right there with a down close below it. That was the spot to enter. Another one right here, below the trend line, below the trend line, below the trend line. All 4 of those. If you were looking for 2 points, if I was watching the crude oil this morning, I would have traded all 4 of those, and I would have had my 2 points on the very first one. Okay? That would have been 19 minutes, it looks like. I didn't look all the way back here and see what else happened. Yeah, we wouldn't have had a trade in here. We wouldn't have had a trade in here. So that was really the first trade. Yeah, that was really the first trade right in here. All right. There was no divergence, or there was nothing on the right side of the BBC. I started drawing trend lines in here, but then we lost our divergence, so there was nothing happening. Then we had a news event come out and made the crude oil jump all over the place. It started moving up. I got long. Once it gave us 4 ticks profit, I moved my stop to break even. It took me out of break even. The next time that I traded it was way over here. I highlighted a couple areas where you could have gotten in, but the next time that I did was way over here toward the end of the morning session. At 11:11, I was up $90 a contract, or 9 ticks, and shortly after that we got 2 opportunities, one on soybeans and one on crude oil, that added another about another $160 a contract. So we ended the morning up about $250 a contract, I think, something like that, $240, $250, something like that. Anyway, in here, the cycle was red, so we just needed a down close off the BBC right here, you see. That's why I didn't have to redraw the trend line right here. We just needed the down close off the BBC because the cycle was still red. So we got short in here and we took profit over here. Now at the same time we had a soybean trade going on. I'll get to that in just a minute. But that was pretty much it. That ended our morning session as far as trading goes, though there was another one right here. There was another short opportunity right here. Okay. And that's pretty much it. That's what we had this morning. In the break, during the break, there were more trade opportunities. One right here on the long side, another one over here on the long side. It got choppy in here, but I believe there was one. Now we ran out of divergence. All right, and that was it. That was crude oil. All right, we ended up plus 7 ticks on crude this morning. Now the Russell, we took a beating on the Russell this morning. We don't normally take beatings on Russell, at least not this month. But we lost 2 trades, and we had a break even. Is that right? Yep, that's right. That's what we did on the Russell this morning. 2 break evens. Sorry. My bad. Our very first trade was right here. It went 4 ticks. We ended up taking a break even on the trade. We moved our stop to break even. Price turned around. We missed all this stuff on the downside over here when it started moving down. Right here, the black line got up above the BBC, so we didn't trade. We had, this morning, there was Chicago PMI or something like that that came out. And that's one of the reports that can be bought. So you see in here, a few minutes early, where it was bought and released, there was some good action there. And then when it actually came out here at 9:45, there was nothing. And then when the Consumer Confidence Index came out over here, there was a little bit of movement. You can see down here on price the difference between 10 o'clock and 10:01. Same thing over here when that other thing was released, between 9:42 and 9:44. Skips 9:43 for some reason, but yeah, and there were still a few bars in there at 9:43 too. It's weird that it did that, but it did, nevertheless. We didn't trade anything in here. Okay, we didn't trade it all in there. We traded over here, and I highlighted this area right here where we had the bottoming action. That's what this was right here, where the green line got down into the cycle without putting in a lower swing. We had bottoming, and then price turned around and it started going up. We took a short over here. Now, the short that we took over here was on the down close of this bar right here. All right, price started to move along, and once we got this green line right here, we had kind of a bad feeling that that wasn't going to work, and it turned around and went right up. The next one that we took a long over here, and we had already had the red there that time. And again, we got kind of a bad feeling that it was going to pull all the way back down to the BBC. We were thinking that it was going to stop at the BBC and bounce up off it, but it went through it by a couple of ticks. My stop was 1 tick below the BBC. And it did end up going up. You know, we had the right direction. It was just our risk was off on this one. All right, so we ended up losing 2 trades this morning. We're down 16 ticks on the Russell. Gold was good to us this morning, so we'll spend a few minutes here on the gold and go over our gold trades. I'm back trading gold, so I may remove the copper. I may not. I don't know. I'm not real sure about it yet. But because we're back trading gold, you know, it seems to be behaving a little better. The reason I went to copper was, well, you know, I'll keep the copper out because gold is still, I think it's still 100% margins. So I'm going to keep the copper out too. All right, our very first opportunity on gold we missed right here, and we missed another one right here. We missed a third one right over here. Again, any one of those, and we would have had our 2 points. Well, maybe not this one. But if we would have gotten this one or this one, we definitely would have had our 2 points. And again, that's in the same time frame, the first 18, 19 minutes that the crude oil would have done it for us. Our very first trade on gold was right over here. We stopped out, and we lost 8 ticks. Our next trade on gold, we missed a few in here. You can see on the downside right here, price was moving down. We didn't have any divergence. We didn't have any trades in here. Nothing in here. Then the news event came out. There was an opportunity to trade here on the long side, here on the long side. Again there. We finally took a trade over here. We got a little bit back. I think we got a couple of ticks. Back on this trade right here. We took a short. We missed the long trade right here, this nice long trade. We missed that one. We missed the first short trade over here, but we grabbed the second one. And on that second one, we took, I think we were minus 5 or something like that at that time. And we actually got quite a few ticks on that brought us positive on the morning. I think I don't remember how many ticks we got, but we got quite a good entry on that, and we got quite a few ticks. The next one was right here. We got a few more ticks profit. We missed all these entries right in here. And we took this one and this one, and that put us up 25 ticks total on the gold. All right. Now, there were, I think that was all we did on gold. Yeah, that was. There were a bunch more opportunities after that. You know, if you traded just gold today, then you should have been up at least $250 a contract, probably more like $500 a contract. But right here was an opportunity, right here was an opportunity, right here was an opportunity, right here and right here. Now, just in what you see right here in this time frame right here on the chart, the trades that I took. Well, let's throw in my losing trade. I can't really throw that in, but anyway, in this time frame right here, 10:11 to 10:55. Let's just say this hour. There was an opportunity here to to take a little profit, an opportunity right here to take a lot of profit. Here to take a lot, here to take a little there, a little there, a little there. A fair amount here. I mean, when I say a lot, I mean at least 10 ticks. You know, at least 10 ticks there, 10 or 20 right here. Another probably 8 right there. Easy 10 there, 10 there, 10 here. Right in here, another 10, 20, 30 maybe. You know, this 1 hour right here, if you just focused on gold and traded just that right there, it was a bunch of opportunity. Now, during the break, it went back and forth across the BBC quite a bit, not giving a lot of opportunity, but since we started this afternoon session, right here off the BBC, you would have wanted an up close above this trend line. That would have been right over here, okay, for the long side. It's pretty choppy right here. If I were trading gold right now, if we were in the live trading room, I would draw a box around this and say we're in a box, and it can go either way. Right, but gold was pretty good to us today, and we got 25 ticks profit. I'm going to look at the NQ because I mentioned a lot of places on the NQ this morning, but I didn't trade any of them. Now, in the pre-market, I was in a meeting with Andrew, and we were looking at, I believe we were looking at this long right over here, this up close right here from 60 1/4. It pulled back down to 59. So it dropped down 6 ticks or 5 ticks. And then it shot up, okay? We were looking at that, didn't actually place a trade on it. Then the markets opened up. There was an opportunity right here to get long. There was an opportunity over here to get short. Another one here to get short, here to get long. Actually, there was no divergence here. There was no opportunity there. Here to get long, and that would have stopped you out. Here to get short, you would have made your money back. Let's just jump over here where I have things highlighted. We had a nice bullish cross and a pullback down test of the BBC with the bullish divergence right here. Broken resistance. Now some of you guys might ask what this dynamic support and resistance is for. One of the things that I like to see on the NQ in particular is broken support and broken resistance, because when it breaks, there's usually a pretty good move coming. All right. And in this case, it's still going up. All right. That was it. That's pretty much all we looked at on the NQ this morning. On the ES, we highlighted this one trade, this one lone trade right here on the ES this morning at 1588. It dropped down to 1586.5, so it dropped down 6 ticks, and it went up 11 ticks. All right, it went up just about 3 points. It's got another one setting up right here if you had, well, you would need an up close above that trend line. All right, for those of you guys that like to trade that. This over here is the copper. We only looked at really one thing on copper this morning, I think. 2 things, 3 things. Okay, there was an opportunity right here and right here on copper on the short side that we looked at, but I didn't look at it again. There was more opportunity right here. Okay, it was one. And it got pretty choppy in here. There was one right here. This would have stopped you out right here. All right, had you taken that one? I know we looked at that one. Jada had asked me about that one. We had a bullish cross. We didn't have a test of the BBC, but you could draw your trend line down. Right here is where you would have drawn your trend line. Okay, right here. And again, the break of the resistance. So this up close right here, with the break of the resistance, sent copper up. All right, sent it for a nice move up. That's pretty much it. Just recently, depending on what you're doing, if you're a partner and you looked at the last partners meeting, you see that there's red down here. You'll have to go look at partner meeting number 108. Okay. I'm going to jump over here to the soybeans now. All right, the euro had some pretty good trades. The euro just recently had some pretty good trades right in here. Shorting opportunities right in there. On the long side, back here. Okay, right there and right there. Nothing here on the long side, but right in here. The euro really ran this morning on some kind of data. right in here, there was inflation data right here, I guess, and the euro ran on that news. Okay, so there were a bunch of opportunities to get long in there. Let's see, over here we had bearish. No, well, that was 2 o'clock in the morning. Never mind, there were opportunities there as well in the wee hours of the morning. There were opportunities on the euro. Okay, soybeans. Let's look at the soybeans. On the soybeans, there was this one trade here that we pointed out this morning, earlier on, and I didn't take the trade. I wish I would have, and when I realized how far it went, I was looking for another opportunity to get into it over here, and I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and it never came. Then we finally changed directions here. You see how we had a bullish cross, we had bullish divergence, and a close up above the trend line. Right there was an opportunity to get long. I did. It gave us 6 ticks right away. I moved my stop to break even, and it took us out at break even. The next one was right here, this up close above the trend line. I didn't draw the other arrow on that. We got out at break even again on that one. The next opportunity we took was over here. We had to wait for it to kind of pull everything together, get all the things going in the right direction. Finally over here we had a bearish cross, we had bearish divergence, a pull away from the BBC, a pull back up to the BBC, and a down close. Alright? If you are looking at if you're looking at those pictures that I put up earlier, I think I put them up earlier. I'll put one up right now. These right here. Step 1 is the cross, step 2 is a pull away, step 3 is a test with a down close, step 4 is the slingshot, showing bearish divergence with a red cycle. Alright, the actual entry on this should have been right up here, but I entered down here. And because I did that, I took profit right away. Okay, I moved my stop to plus a tick right away. And it gave another entry right here, so I grabbed the other entry. I was more comfortable being in the other entry. This one I should have been in up here at 11 and a quarter, and I ended up getting in down here at 10, so I was already 5 ticks. I should have already been 5 ticks into the trade. So I was happy to take a little profit on that one. This one I jumped in and I took 7 more ticks profit on that. Okay, and it gave another opportunity in here on, well, it was borderline because the black line is getting just up above the green line right here. So I probably wouldn't have taken that trade, but it was another opportunity to short, possibly, right in there. All right, now the soybeans have to reset, but we ended plus 8 ticks on soybeans. All right, and this right here is the trade setup. There's this one, and there's one more. This one. Okay, that's it. They're all based on the same set of indicators, the same time frame, same everything. All right, one is just when the market has so much momentum that it doesn't pull back and give you a pullback entry like that. It just pulls back a little bit. You can still take those. All right, you just have to have things all pointing in the right direction for you. All right, so that's it. I'm going to wrap up my, what is it, 12:38? Yeah, I'm going to wrap up my recap here. Again, we had another good month of April. We're higher than our previous highest month in the live trading room. We're at plus $5,392.50 per contract. All right, for the month of April. Hopefully, we'll be able to top that next month. All right. If you have not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply. Sign up for the free trial. If you have taken a free trial with us and you want to become a partner, if your results aren't quite as good as that, and you want to become a partner, see if you can get consistent, then send us a quick email at support@cfrn.net, and we'll send you all the information you need. All right, that's it. Recording is